In an effort to help raise awareness and help people understand the scale of scams, we thought it would be useful to release data about which suburbs we're seeing where the most scams are occurring. So in terms of volumes of scams, we definitely see it in the higher growth suburbs like the Liverpools, Campbelltown, Gosford type areas. In terms of high values of scam losses, these tend to be older demographic postcodes with wealthier customers. Places like Wahroonga and Mossman show up a lot more. In Victoria, we definitely see a lot more scams around the metropolitan area, large numbers in places like Tarneet and Werribee. For the investment scams, where we see a lot more high net worth individuals targeted, places like Brighton and Glen Waverley. In Queensland, we definitely see the scam victims spread out over quite a wide area, from the Sunshine Coast right down through to the Gold Coast, but even out to Toowoomba and Cairns as well. In Western Australia, we see a lot of remote access scams and romance scams, and they tend to be in the southern part of the state, so places like Mandurah, Hamilton Hill, even down to Bunbury. In South Australia, we see scams around Adelaide, sort of Morford Vale, Happy Valley, Craigmore, those sort of areas. Lots of investment scams and remote access scams. Investment scams target people in places like McLaren Vale as well and Glenelg. The ACT is definitely not immune from scams. We see them in McGregor, Belconnen and Coombs. A lot of investment scams in the ACT, and we see a lot of those really in Canberra itself. In terms of dollars lost, the most common scams we see really are investment scams and business email compromise scams and remote access scams. But the scammers are always changing what they're doing, so we need people to be vigilant and stay aware of what scams are out there. We have released the suburbs where we see the most scam victims, but reality is they're everywhere. So whether you're on this list or not, you need to be super careful about scams. And there's a couple of things you can do. Obviously, never click on links that you get in text messages or elsewhere. Don't give away any passwords. Do not give remote access to your computer or your phone. If you're investing, if you're online, be very careful of opportunities you find on social media, and be very careful that you are dealing with who you think you are.